and welcome to an Organized Chaos podcast. My name is Bobby Quarters. Chaos is here with me.
Hey.
Hey. So, we're here to talk about some movies, music, whatever else crosses our mind. But here is also the home of the most unbiased, genuine thoughts. We're not going to do anything just to say it, just to make money off of it, because we don't make a lot of money off this. In fact, we don't make anything. We just give our opinions. And our opinions are free and unsolicited, but they're not hateful ones. That is the important thing.
Yes.
But also, while you're here, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, that is Bobby Quarters, the podcast channel, Organized Chaos Podcast, and Chaos's channel while you're at it. So thank you for watching, and do enjoy.
Scared? You should be.
Good job, baby.
This is the way.
From a distant galaxy, they have come to Earth. Dolph Lundgren as He-Man. Frank Langella as Skeletor. Only they have the powers to be masters of the universe. Live the adventure.
What's up, you lovers and friends of all things men? I'm your host, the brostest with the mostest, the deep. And sitting next to me is my main man, Noir, who knows how to push all the right buttons. It's time for manhandlers and panhandlers of the week.
Every season is award season.
Boom. Let's give out our first manhandler of the pod, Alpha of the Week. Let's go for the 53rd week in a row. The GOAT, the Alpha of all alphas, the man, the laser ride legend, the Homelander. I am proud to be your number 2. Oh, snap. We got a surprise guest coming at you.
Yo, what up, D? Pumped to be on.
Eagle the Archer, my fellow Church of the Collective escapee.
Hell yeah.
Then friend, then not friends, then friends again.
For real.
How's your bow slung these days, broski?
Low and tight. You're on the 7. One of the world's most recognizable faces. Like God-tier celeb status. I'm just getting back in the mix. About to start shooting the next season of American Eagle, and I gotta ask, how you handle dating and fame?
I hear you, brother. Well, you have come to the right place.
See, I knew the Podfather would have some words of whiz, especially with how tough it can be these days.
Oh, Brother Eagle, I've been Me Too'd, and I sure as shit ain't trying to get Me 3'd.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
That
Yes.
was kind of weird, right? You noticed how Bill seemed to eagerly jump in when he talked about being Me Too'd. I wonder.
Yeah, no,
I don't know. Yeah, it seems a little weird. I don't
that
know.
is. It's very odd. Very strange.
It's almost like he felt called out or something. How's it going, Bobby?
Oh, it's going. It is going.
Yes. just a few minutes late, rushing into work, or from work, not to work.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh God, I got to rush to work, guys.
We're going to work as we speak.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the whole mobile studio. I'm driving right now. This is very dangerous stuff we're doing right now.
The grind never stops.
Yes. But yes, we got stuff to talk about today. We got the original Masters of the Universe movie, the much beloved original Masters of the Universe,
which is the thing that killed canon films. Which
yes, it is.
I can see why.
Well, we'll get into it, but yeah, they went way over budget on it, but we'll get into it. And then we got
You don't say.
We got pretty much the final season of Boys, last 3 episodes technically, but like the final season. And we got the newest Star Wars movie, the first Star Wars movie in 7 years, Mandalorian and Grogu, to talk about. First, I think it's very important to go ahead and start with the thing that everybody wants to know our opinion on. Just, of course, Master of the Universe 1987.
Of course.
Yeah. Who doesn't know our opinion on this? I'll go ahead and throw off my opinion, because this is a movie that I have very fond memories of. This is not, I want to stress, I don't think this is great art, but I have a soft spot for this one. I think this is a cheesy, dumb, stupid movie, but I kind of enjoy it. Although I will also say I absolutely despise the very ending of it. That's just kind of my thoughts on it, and I'll let you guys get into it. But I do want to throw out there a piece of trivia I want to let audience guess before I bring to you, Bobby. There's one actor from this who absolutely despised working on this project, hated it, and there was a sequel plan for this, and they were absolutely not going to return for this. And there was another actor who absolutely loved working on this. This was their favorite project they ever worked on, and they were absolutely on board with the sequel.
Was
I'll
the
let
guy who
kind of guess, but yeah,
was the guy who absolutely hated it or wanted to do the sequel? Was it Beastman?
the guy, no. But
or what was it? I can't remember his name, but I thought of him as another character that he famously portrayed in another movie. Was it the chief of police?
The detective Lubbock.
Yes, like Strickland. Strickland.
He actually died earlier this year, which is kind of sad. But like,
Strickland.
He's one of those staple '80s actors who just.
But
always,
I'm amazed at no point in the film he said the word slacker.
That is sad.
I was waiting for it the entire time. The
Slacker.
second I saw him, I was like, "Oh, it's that slacker." What's up? No, I know the guy who loved it was like Frank Gianleone or Nixon.
Oh, for Frank Langella, yes.
Yeah. Nixon loved this movie, right? Yeah. Frank, by that I mean, because
I'll reveal it at the end, but yeah.
But he did play Nixon in Frost.
Yes, he did. I mean, Frank Langella is a great actor.
Yeah, he was great in that movie too.
Oh, dude, like he was chewing so much.
Oh, he was. I was loving it.
Like he knew the mission with this movie. Absolutely.
Yeah, he fully.
Yeah,
he fully understood all of this.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, this is stupid. I can get down with this."
I can be over the top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you think he was over the top in this one?
A touch.
What are your guys' thoughts?
Go on.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was me first.
It's your turn, Ashlene, apparently.
Okay.
Bobby kicked the ball to you.
You're like,
I kicked
Ashlene,
it to whoever.
why are you talking? Well, I will say I definitely think that Langella as Skeletor is like by far the highlight of this film. He does such a good job. I really like the post-credit scene where he says he's going to be back and then he never came back.
Yes.
I think that's fun. Although of course that obviously wasn't planned, but I still think it's fun. I didn't really like this movie though. Not because there are things I respect this film's commitment to what it is.
Yes.
Like the fact that they just had people running around in those outfits and they didn't try to like make it seem like cooler or anything, I respect it. I really do. But like as a film, it didn't really draw me, if that makes any sense.
You almost act like it's not a brilliant movie.
I shan't say.
Bobby.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, when I saw the Canon logo, I knew exactly what I was walking into or getting into, and so the bar wasn't exactly high.
No,
but in the sense of a film on its own, the story was kind of everywhere.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah.
It really didn't have much of consistency in it.
No, they had
Courtney Cox was in it.
Yes, and the guy who played Nick Locarno in Star Trek Next Generation was in it.
Yeah, that was a bit of a jump scare for me.
Everybody says he looks like Tom Paris, and I'm sorry, I don't fucking see it. It's a completely different face. Completely.
I think it's about on the same level as Quest for Peace, Chris.
Oh, I actually agree. I think it's better than Quest for Peace. Quest for Peace is really bad.
I haven't seen that movie, so I have no opinion.
Ooh, Quest for Peace is really bad. I mean, I definitely think this one has a better effects budget than Quest for Peace, which is not a high bar at all. Because I'm not going to say this one has an amazing effects budget.
No, I mean, the sets were impressive.
Yeah, the few sets they had were impressive. Of course, I assume the music store was probably a set, so I mean that's something. But
yeah, I was very sad to watch all that music gear get trashed.
Yeah, I don't know. The certain bit of me loves how much 80s synthesizer music is brought up as like the key to the universe in this movie. Like that is such an 80s thing, right? Synthesizer music being like, oh, this is everything and all of it. It's so dumb. I'm actually kind of impressed with the cast too. I mean, they got Dolph Lundgren fresh off Rocky IV, pretty much. They got Frank Langella for Skeletor. They got Meg Foster as Evil Lynn. There's been a picture of her. Yeah. They got Billy Barty as Not Orko. You know, obviously he was the Orko stand-in, but they couldn't quite pull that off, so they just made a new character for him. Yeah, this like I said, I don't think this is a great movie at all. But there's a part of me that really kind of enjoys how fucking stupid it is and how committed it is.
I can appreciate it for how silly it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, obviously we got Nick Locarno there. And you know, this is also Robert Duncan McNeil and Courtney Cox before they were fucking anybody in this movie, which I thought was kind of wild.
Yeah.
I will say Dolph as He-Man was solid. Yeah, I thought he was fine. I definitely prefer Frank Langella's Skeletor though. I think he's fucking killing it. But yeah, I enjoy this for what it is. But yeah, this is a really stupid movie. I guess a quick synopsis of the story. There's this key made by Not Orko, aka Gwildor, Billy Barty. Skeletor stole it to take Eternia and capture the sorceress, and He-Man and his crew find Gwildor, and he has a second key, and they try to use it to get the sorceress out, and they aren't able to, but they have to escape quickly before Skeletor gets them. So they end up on Earth circa 1987 to do Earth stuff. And that's kind of most of the movie at that point. They're just kind of running around on Earth, obviously to help save the budget. Because, I mean, they definitely had some sets and effects going on here. But yeah, that is the lion's share of the story. Courtney Cox and Robert Duncan McNeil play two teenagers that find the key. They keep on hitting the keys, causing Skeletor to send troops after them. Eventually, they all end up on back. Eventually, Skeletor gets the second key. He captures He-Man. They go back to Eternia, and they have to make another key out of keyboards and synthesizer and technobabble and portal back to Eternia and save the day, which they do. Oh, yeah, and there's also this subplot where Courtney Cox's parents have died, which is fine, but the movie ends with her saving her parents, which is the part I absolutely fucking despise about this movie. Like, I am down with all the dumb shit in this movie, but I hated that element because it's like, that's not going to happen in real life. Don't do shit like that. People have to deal with shit like that. I mean, go ahead, Ashley.
Oh, I was just gonna say. To be fair, does any of this happen in real life?
No. But like they're talking about.
So I understand what you're going for.
Yeah.
Though.
There is definitely a Star Wars vibe in this. I felt with the fucking black stormtroopers that Skeletor has, because they feel like stormtrooper armor, except they're black, pretty much.
They do feel like stormtrooper knockoff armor.
Yeah. But yeah. If you are looking for a masterful work of art, here's Gold Dwarf a gun. I mean, that's the scene we all needed.
He's got a gun.
What is he doing with it? If you're looking for a great work of art, this is not fucking it at all. If you're looking for cheesy 80 movie, I think why not? But yeah, that's kind of my take. What do you guys think? What are final thoughts?
I watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed this. It was a little goofy and silly at points.
Goofy.
Yes.
Okay, so the little bit of trivia I threw out there, obviously, I think everybody knew Frank Langella was the one who was absolutely coming back. He loved this movie. He was on board. He thought this was the best. The one who was absolutely not coming back, it was Dolph Lundgren, who hated the fucking costume. He essentially, and if you think about it, like, he has to keep himself in like perfect shape throughout every day of shooting in that fucking costume. And that is ridiculous. It doesn't even look fucking comfortable. And that's actually one thing I thought was kind of weird. Like, on the show, he had he was Prince Adam, and like He-Man was like his superhero identity. And like, they could have, like, if they're just gonna have him be He-Man, that's fine. But they could have had him go to Earth and then have him like put on like normal clothes and have his codename be like Adam as like a callback to that. Like, it was sitting right there, but they couldn't do that, so they just left him in the dumb costume throughout the whole thing. So
I felt like kind of bad for him at like the last scene of the film, because like there were some parts where it's like you could almost like see people's breath, and he's wearing
he's wearing nothing. Yeah. But anything you guys want to add, or are we ready for the boys?
Yeah, let's get to the boys.
All right, so the final season of the boys. Now that we've actually seen like all the story and all of it coming together, I will say I overall like this, but like I do have serious critiques about this final season of stuff that kind of bugs the shit out of me. You guys want to give your broad thoughts before we start breaking it down?
I had very definitive issues with this. I just, in general, like, it had moments where I was like, oh, that's interesting, or that's pretty cool, but I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about you, Bobby?
Overall, there's a lot of the stuff that I did enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the thoughts I thought didn't really work that well. But overall, I liked it. I wasn't expecting it to end anywhere near like the comics did.
No,
because it's been doing its own. No, it doesn't, and it's been doing its own thing this whole time. So that's kind of what I was expecting out of the finale.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt that they did shove a lot into the last episode to wrap it up a little too neatly.
Yeah, true.
But overall, I thought the pacing and the story they were telling and everything was great. I liked it. Yeah.
because it's not getting into major spoilers, although it is minor spoilers. Obviously, we'll probably spoil this whole thing. So just FYI, if you haven't seen it yet, we're gonna spoil it. But one of my major issues with this, and it's something like after I watched it, like the more I thought about it, I was like, what the hell? So like the big plot line here is that they have this virus that will kill all the soups, but then they find out if a superhero is one of the first generation that has V1, that they will be immune to the virus and semi-immortal. So the big plot line is Homelander's trying to get himself V1. The boys are trying to stop him from getting V1 so that they can kill him, obviously. And so that's the big plot line throughout a lot of this final season. And at the end of episode 6, spoiler alert, Sage, by the way, does something really fucking surprisingly stupid for her, just like mind-boggling stupid for her. And because of that, Homelander gets some V1. And that, for the last 2 episodes, becomes completely irrelevant. So like the whole V1 was just not even fucking needed for the resolution. Like they made such a big deal out of it, and it just wasn't a thing. That kind of frustrated me for how much time they spent on it.
Okay, well, here's a theory that that I've heard this complaint, and I want to just counterpoint this. Like, okay, so the V1 was being held by Soldier Boy when he did the blast to Bombshell, right?
Yeah,
taking away his powers and all that. There's a chance that blast could have affected the V1 and it not really do anything to Homelander other than just maybe give him a quick little energy rush like it used to for A-Train. And he could have just been thinking that, and since he was already deep down that I'm as rich and powerful, sick, twisted fuck mindset he was on, that, it could have just like not really helped him in his ego, but it just gave him that boost to make him think that. And everyone just believed that he was, because he was saying it just out of fear. I think it was more of a plot device for it.
I don't know. For me, it just feels like they need a storyline to stretch out the season.
Okay.
I feel like they could have done something else that kind of drove more towards the finale. The whole thing feels like a red herring to me, and like I'm fine with red herrings, but it has to be sold a bit better for me. Okay. I mean, I'm still overall more positive on. I think the one most negative on the season, it sounds like, is Ashlene. I'm still overall positive on it. But yeah, and I also just thought Sister Sage just got suddenly very stupid, because even while I'm watching our plan, I'm like, why are you so confident Soldier Boy won't give him the V1? Why? But I'm trying to think. You had a little minor complaint you wanted to throw out there about Kimiko. I remember that I actually missed. I
that's
didn't think
just
about.
this is a little nitpick, because
Yeah.
it was something that she said in one of the episodes, and I was like, wait, but that doesn't make any sense. I have I think a general critique for the overall season that I think is overall much bigger and more important. This could hypothetically be reasoned, but I still don't think it's like very well done, even if the intention might make more sense than it seems. So there's like that part where Kimiko is talking to Golden, right? And she's like, yeah, I watched your TV show all the time with like English subtitles and whatever. And I loved all of it. And it was so good to see someone that looks like me on TV growing up. And I think and so the big issue with this line for me, hypothetically, this could be reasoned out. Yeah, but the big issue is that Kimiko grew up in Japan, right?
Yes.
Japan is a very largely homogenous country. It would be bizarre if she had not grown up seeing people that looked like her on TV. I will say it is entirely possible that she was like lying or something, but I still it took me off guard, because I was watching it and I was like, what? What is she talking about? My big issue though with this season in general is that I felt like there was a lot. I thought that the villains in this season were like significantly like unthreatening in comparison to like all of the other previous seasons. Like I never at one point was scared. Like basically in all of the I can't talk. In all of the previous seasons, in particular, I felt that like Homelander obviously has always been very intimidating because it was like, you know, he could do basically anything he wanted to. And, you know, within reason, but basically anything. And like, so it was like this thing where it was like whenever he entered a scene or whenever you even thought he might enter the scene, there was so much tension because he has like no morality. Whereas it was like in this season, it was like anytime he showed up, like I wasn't really scared that he was going to do anything, and it was sort of like I have words for this. Anytime he showed up, there wasn't that sort of intimidating factor anymore. Like it was one of those things where it was like, you know, occasionally he would let someone off that he was upset with in the past, you know, and that would be sort of like, oh, you know, good for them sort of thing. Whereas like with this time, it was like I was watching it and I was thinking to myself, yeah, you can say some stuff that can kind of upset him, you know, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
he's mellowing out.
Yeah. Well, I will say, I think that while I 100% see what Ashlene's saying, I also think it's kind of a side effect of the fact that like as we've gone this far into the season, he's going to have to deal with characters that kind of can't die, you know. And you can critique the show for not like selling that a bit better, sure, but I
understand narratively why he can't be killing everyone. And I'm not saying like he has to kill everyone. I just think that like it could be sold a little bit better because I was sitting there and I was like, Homelander showed up, they'll be fine.
Do you guys have any other critiques you want to throw at this show? Because I want to start getting into positives pretty soon. Okay.
No other critiques.
Okay, you dive into your critiques.
This is my biggest critique. I feel like there is a lot of tell don't show going on in this season. I was thinking about that recently because I feel like, and this I think is a big part of why the villains seem so much less intimidating. Like 99% of the time, I feel like you see the antagonists in this show in the final season. They're just kind of like, and obviously, like, you have to have scenes where they're talking about stuff with each other. I get it. I understand. I'm not saying, like, we should be... I can't stress enough. I'm not, like, a huge action person. When I say this, I'm not trying to say that they need to be killing people every 5 seconds and we need to have
Ashlene
so many
just wants bloodshed.
scenes.
She is a monster.
Like, my thing is, you have, like, all of this stuff where it's like they're doing all of these things and all of these things are very clearly bad, but you don't actually see a whole lot of the stuff that they're doing for the most part. Like most of the stuff with them was just kind of like them sitting in a room and being like, hey, I pulled ChatGPT up so that we can make the New Testament with Homelander. Yay! Everyone claps, you know? And like they had like, as like obviously like they had like internal struggles and stuff like that. And I thought that was good. But like it was in general, like there's this whole thing where they have Starlighters like in camps and stuff like that. And like we obviously like we see the camps like at the beginning, but like for the most part it's just kind of like, I don't know, there's so much stuff that they're like doing, you know, but we don't really see that much of it, and I think it's part of the reason they came across so underwhelmingly to me. Also, like, can I just say that I just in general, like, I just wasn't like concerned about any of them doing anything particularly that would cause our protagonists to struggle in any which way. I found Sage to not even really like be like, never at any point was I scared that Sage was going to outsmart anyone.
That's true.
You know?
I did fear Sage in season 4 and season 5. She was completely underwhelming.
She just kind of sat there like.
Do you want to start getting into positives?
Yeah.
Real quick, one positive I absolutely love about this. I love the stuff they do with the Church of the Homeland or whatever, Democratic Church of America, what the fuck. That stuff is fucking hilarious. I love this dumb video of Homelander meeting Jesus and Jesus going, "Here's my crown of thorns. This is yours now." I thought that was hilarious. No, I just love the jabs at religion and mainly Christian nationalism they're doing through that. I absolutely adored that. Bobby, you have any positives?
I liked the Democratic Church of America stuff.
That's it. Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I did. Did you notice that when they did the episode mocking the Nicole Kidman AMC
yes
thing, did you notice that the popcorn bucket was a spoiler for how the Deep was going to go?
Oh, I didn't even think. Yeah, I did see the popcorn bucket. I didn't think about how this is a spoiler for the Deep. I was just thinking, man, I need to get myself a Deep popcorn bucket. That's pretty badass.
I thought that was pretty funny, actually. The popcorn bucket was pretty great.
Yeah.
I also noticed something interesting in that scene, though, in that thing with Paul Reiser's character. He did you notice how like he was pretty sure Homelander was going to kill him and everything?
Yeah.
But all he really had to show was that he wasn't scared of Homelander.
Yeah.
He didn't scare him, and then he let him go,
mm-hmm.
which is more furthering proof of what like he really got off of, which is why I think he was just everyone was just kind of going along with his crazy rant, and nobody really wanted him to become like a godlike deity.
Yeah, true. I guess going into heavy spoilers at this point, I actually love the way Homelander goes out. I thought that was fantastic.
I was a fan of that as well.
For me, that just shows like he went so fascist, and then once his power is stripped, it just shows how fucking weak he is.
Admittedly, that was a little. That was kind of. It was kind of pathetic to see him like that at the end.
Yeah, which I love that.
Yeah. I also did like that Butcher came in and just said, "Daddy's home."
Yeah. Well, I mean, so like watching that finale, there was a point where I was almost like, wow, is Butcher actually going to survive this series? Because I was confident he wouldn't. And then when he walks in and Terror, like his dog is dead, I was like, okay, here we go. We're getting into more stuff here. I will also say I was confident after that one episode that there would be a scene of Terror humping Homelander's dead corpse, and I was surprised there wasn't. I don't know how he would end up in there, but like I was expecting that after all the Homelander humping of that doll.
You know, I will say, admittedly, I'm kind of happy that Terror was nowhere nearby because I would not have wanted to see that.
Oh, come on.
Listen, you've been alluding to it enough. I don't need to actually see it.
I'm all fine with seeing a fascist get absolutely humiliated every way imaginable, though. Yes, Bobby.
I'll save it for the end of the show.
Okay. No, Terror dying was probably the saddest death for me.
Frenchie dying for me was the saddest.
That was sad, but
I also I foresaw that one as soon as like he was telling Kamiko it's going to be okay, and I went, oh, yeah. It's not.
Yeah, when they're talking about how they're going to run off together, I'm like, yeah, you two are not making it through this season. Something's happening.
One of you is dying. Mm-hmm. As they're hiding, like, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. No, damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You guys hide in the zinc. I will stay out here and distract him. It's like, oh, you're so fucked. I mean, I'm kind of surprised Homelander didn't give him a more gruesome death, but he kind of semi-suicide in a futile attempt to try to take out Homelander himself. He didn't really have much of an option. It was all he had. So I don't really blame him for it.
No.
But yeah, that was a sad death. But yeah, I don't know. Terror hit me.
Yeah, Terror was that was a bummer. It was a bummer.
How do we feel about Butcher's ending in this?
That's kind of the closest that they did to anything in the comics. I think, because it was
I'm not
Huey
super familiar with the comic books, but yeah,
it was Huey who killed him in the books.
to my understanding, the comic books actually end with a battle between Homelander and Huey. So I'm assuming
No,
Butcher's dead
it's
at that point.
no. It actually ends with the books end with someone's been blackmailing Homelander because he's been getting photos of him doing this horrific shit like killing people, eating babies, and all sorts of other horrific, monstrous shit. But it turns out Black Noir was a clone of Homelander, and he was dressing as Homelander, doing all that, messing with his psyche.
Yes, I do remember that.
So it ends up with them all fighting, and in the end, it's Butcher who pretty much crowbars Black Noir, Homelander's skull open, as he did in the show.
Nate, I hard disagree. I actually thought A-Train's death was awesome, and yeah, Homelander was able to catch up with him because A-Train stopped to not kill the innocent bystander. It kind of showed how A-Train developed, and Homelander didn't give a shit and took advantage, and A-Train called him out, which was awesome.
And he did call him out for exactly what he is.
Yeah. I mean, we see that in the final episode, clear as day. Once his powers are gone, he is the most pathetic person you've ever seen in your fucking life.
I mean, honestly, I'd argue even with his powers, he's the most pathetic person you've ever seen in your
True.
life.
Just with the powers, he's fucking terrifying as well. But yeah. But yeah, without the powers, he was just fucking worthless. You know, and yeah, seeing people like the Deep simp form, it's like, God, how can you be more worthless than fucking Homelander? Holy shit. How do we feel about the Deep's end?
I thought that it was visually appealing.
Yeah.
The most satisfying part of all of that was Annie kicking him in the balls.
True.
For me, that was the most satisfying part to watch. It was like, fuck yes.
I haven't double checked it yet, but I'm 99% sure that shark was Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes, that was in fact Samuel L. Jackson.
It sounded way too much like him to not be him. And I did really enjoy that. I know I saw in chat last people were saying Noir's death was underwhelming, which I agree, but like Noir wasn't built up as much of a lot of the other characters. I mean, this is even the second Noir we've seen, so it's not. I don't know. I didn't really have much of a stake in his death. In fact, I could see a possible excuse. I don't know. I don't really see him. And now I was about ready to say see him live, but I don't know. He's done too much shit. But like, yeah, I don't think it's too bad. Oh shit! Super chat. 885th Batman fan. The Boys is pretty much why we're not getting the Authority in DC. James Gunn can't make it work, at least not yet. I'm not sure if that's really it.
He's really only had one
things, but yeah.
outing at the helm, so that's a take to have.
But still, thank you for the super chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think who else was there. I don't know. Yeah, I think we kind of brought up Frenchie's death, which was very sad. But I do like how Mother's Milk reunites with his family, which he needed to do. Even though it felt kind of forced at the end, I was like, you know, I'll let them do a forced ending for him just to give him the happy ending. I'm cool with that.
Hey, he deserved it, man.
Oh yeah, Mother's Milk was one of my favorite characters too. But yeah. And the fight between Billy and Huey, I've seen lots of people complain. Here's one thing that kind of drove me insane. People were complaining about how Butcher took out Homelander a lot easier than he was able. They were like, hey, how come Butcher could take out Homelander easily, but like he struggled a bit with Huey? And it's like, well, number one, he really wanted to fucking kill Homelander. He wasn't dedicated to killing Huey. He obviously didn't want to kill him. And plus, Huey isn't like a pathetic worm like Homelander is without his powers. There's a difference, guys. But yeah, I thought that was a weak critique. I mean, I feel like there's lots of critiques this season, but I feel like that was really weak when I saw.
That's a really silly one.
Yeah.
Why would he be going all out to take out Huey?
No, yeah, exactly. He does like Huey. He like Butcher's a son of a bitch, but he does like Huey. I don't know. Anything else you guys want to add to this?
No, I think I covered everything I wanted to.
Mhm.
Nate, I think that they kind of implied that it's a girl. The baby would be a girl because they did name it Robin.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that could go either way, but yeah.
Yeah, it can.
Why did Huey go to Butcher alone? I don't know. I feel like he just went after him because he realized something was up and didn't really think too much about it. Probably thought he could talk him down. Yeah, I'm not saying it's the best, it's the smartest move, but like when in the heat of the moment, we don't always make the smartest move, so I don't think that's a big deal.
Yeah, I will say I think that it's okay if characters do things that aren't super
Yeah.
intelligent because, you know,
They're
yeah.
humans in theory. They're humans. They're characters with flaws. They're I have not seen Kripke's clap back at Elon Musk, but that does sound hilarious, Chris.
Oh, that was hilarious. Elon, the stand-in for him, that was great.
Oh yeah. Oh
right,
yeah, I
yeah,
remember that. Yeah.
He's an
What a
astronaut, I
great
put him in
character.
space.
Yeah.
That's just
That was nice. Yeah.
oh, that's beautiful. I
Yeah.
love that.
As kind of like an aside, I do think it's kind of funny that Homelander said the line. I believe he said this line twice, especially the memes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
I think-
really hated the memes. Yeah.
I think that's yeah. I liked it.
Well, I mean, here's the deal. Butcher is right in that there still is a fight to have with Vought and superheroes, but Butcher was also wrong in attempting to kill all the superheroes because, fun fact, they aren't all bad guys, but also once you release that virus, they're just going to figure out a way around it and make more. Like you're just, yeah, it's not a great solution. And it seems like obviously they're going to continue some sort of fight going forward. But yeah. Yeah, in the comic books, everyone else was dead. But yeah, I don't know. I'm fine with him not necessarily making the best decision in the moment. Anything to add, or are we ready for Star Wars?
Let's talk about Star Wars.
Okay. Mandalorian and Grogu. Anybody else want to take point on this one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu, which is the feature-length film, which I guess is concluding the Mandalorian story from Disney Plus. Let's see. First thoughts, Ashlene.
Oh,
ooh, kicking the ball
man,
to you now.
you're just always putting me on the spot. This
Boom.
Welcome to adulthood.
Okay, I see.
Congrats on graduation.
Oh, thank you.
Yay.
Hey.
Congrats, kiddo. Let's go.
She's a grown up.
Yep.
Okay. So, The Mandalorian and Grogu. It's a real movie. It's about the Mandalorian and Grogu. Wow.
I saw that coming. Yeah.
And it's basically like the plot is that the Mandalorian, who is with like the New Republic, I believe it's called, is told by Sigourney Weaver that he has to go and because they're going after this Coin fellow. There's always a guy named Coin. And so in order to get the Coin guy, they need to do like a favor for the Hutts because because they know where the coin guy is or who he is. I can't remember. They have information on the coin guy. And so he goes to get in the Hutts want their nephew back because he's like, yeah. And so he goes to get his nephew. His nephew's like a really epic like fighter guy. He's pretty chill. His name was like Rada, right? Was it Rada or Rada?
Yeah, Rhoda, something like that. Yeah, Rada the Hut, maybe.
Well, that was Rada the Hut.
Yeah.
Okay, so like he's a pretty chill dude. Shenanigans ensue. They end up getting him out, but he doesn't want to go back to the other remaining members of the Hutt family, his aunt and uncle, because he is technically the heir, and so he knows that they want him dead because they're trying to be the main people in the Hutt family. And so but anyway, he wasn't that like he knew who Coin was though, so they go off and they get Coin directly. But anyway, the Hutts are like, oh no. I like how basically I was, you could have opinions on the plot or you could just describe the whole movie.
Yes, Chris. Yes, that is true. It does have a beginning and an end. Thank God it has an end.
So anyway, like the Hutts are like really mad because they didn't bring Rada to them and they just got the Coin. So yeah, that wasn't their agreement. And so then the Hutts send someone after the Mandalorian, and things happen. Yeah, stuff happened. Things occurred.
Okay, let me just go ahead and throw out my broad opinion on this. I think this is the most aggressively mid movie I've ever seen in my fucking life. I'll just be blunt.
Okay.
It is. I don't want. I'll open with a few positives here. We can hit some positives here real fast. I think visually this looks great. I think the effects are fantastic. I love a lot of the creature designs going on here. I think overall it's a very good looking movie. I think there's probably a couple other positives I could probably think of, but like that's the biggest positive sticking out in my head. Where are your guys' thoughts?
This felt like a very dragged out and very long episode of the show.
Yeah.
And it felt like two season finales stitched together, kind of.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, if I were to judge this as a season of The Mandalorian, I would probably say this is the worst season of Mandalorian. I would like the other 3 seasons more than I like this movie. This movie, like throughout the beginning, they're putting all these pieces in place, and I'm going along with the movie. Okay, we have the Hutts over here. They're obviously bad guys. We have Rada the Hutt. We're not sure about him. There's this Imperial named Coin. We need to get him. We're getting all these pieces in place. And I'm waiting for some sort of twist to really like turn all this on its head. And it never fucking happens. Everything plays out pretty much exactly as you expect. When the pieces go into place, it plays out exactly how you'd expect it to play out. I was expecting either because it's a movie, I'm expecting either some sort of major like consequences, some sort of major event that needs to happen, something bigger than this TV series would ever do, or I'm expecting some sort of major character development, major character arcs or something like that. This has none of that. I think the closest we get to a character arc is a bit with Grogu, where like Mandalorian gets poisoned and almost killed, and Grogu has to take care of him and pretty much bring him to health, which is kind of cool. But it's actually like they never have a moment earlier to establish that Grogu like couldn't do that, so it just kind of happens. And if you don't know anything, like it doesn't really feel like growth or anything. It just kind of events that happen, I feel.
Yeah, I'm a very big like character person.
Yeah.
I like character stuff and things, and there's just like none of that in this.
Yeah.
Like it's
Grogu
so,
has cute character moments. I will say that. That's not positive.
it's just I feel like a very shallow movie.
Yeah.
Like it's just it is exactly it's basically just like very predictable shenanigans for 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's kind of it, I feel like.
I'm for the first Star Wars movie in 7 years, when I thought Disney would actually be doing more Star Wars movies when they bought the franchise. This is very underwhelming in my opinion. And like I said, I don't need like big galaxy consequences, although that's one thing they could do. But I would rather like some sort of big character arc. Like, I think like one thing that could be interesting is you could do a lot of the same story points here, but establish that Grogu is like not really up to speed and kind of like much weaker than Mando, which we do kind of see, but it's not firmly established. And then force Grogu to essentially do something that we've only seen Mando do before. Like have like a bounty hunter who gets the upper hand on fucking Mandalorian, and Grogu has to be the one to defeat him. That could be awesome. But as is, there's nothing like that. Like you see bad guys, and the bad guys are just obviously the bad guys, and the movie just plays out as they're bad guys, and you have good guys, and the good guys are obvious, and everything's just on the surface. Probably my favorite character in this was probably Rada the Hutt, who like I liked him because like he's actually this, he becomes this tournament fighter, gladiator type, and he becomes quite famous, and he's happy to be breaking away from his father's shadow and building a name for himself that's independent from his father. And he's like, I don't want anything to do with the Hutts. I want to build my own name. Fuck my father. And it's like, that's cool. Now we don't get too much of his character throughout the movie, but I do like his character. But yeah, I was expecting some sort of twist. I was expecting like we have Sigourney Weaver here. Is she gonna like end up being like a twist bad guy or something? Like I was expecting something like significant to happen in this, but like everything plays out exactly as you would predict in this story. There is nothing like really interesting really happening, and it was kind of frustrating. I don't know. I was expecting like a season of The Mandalorian, except bigger scope, and as it is, this is worse than a season of The Mandalorian, in my opinion, because that could at least keep me engaged for 8 episodes and enjoying it. Like this one, after like 2 hours, I am just like, God, would this fucking end? I was kind of really frustrated with this movie. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. And I know there's like the big chuds are talking about the fucking box office, and I don't care about the box office argument because it's fucking stupid. Using their box office argument, Avatar 3 is better than Shawshank Redemption. So fuck that argument.
Blasphemy.
Yes. It's bombing at the box office. That means it's bad. Fuck off. No. Just judge the movie for what it fucking is.
Engage
I swear to God.
in genuine media criticism.
Yes. But yeah. You guys want to add? I feel like I'm
this was very serviceable as a
yeah, that's a good word to describe it, because you might think I hate it. I don't hate it. I'm just frustrated by it. There's good stuff here, but like
yeah.
I feel like there like honestly isn't really that much to say. It's a real movie. We watched it.
Yeah. Like I said, it's got cool visuals. I like the aesthetic. I wish it had done something interesting with the story. As it is, it just Mando gets a mission from the New Republic, and he does the mission from the New Republic. The biggest twist is that instead of like bringing Rada the Hutt to the Hutts like he was promised to, he decides to just let Rada go home because Rada can guide him to his main target anyway. So fuck the Hutts, who are obviously fucking bad guys. That's the biggest thing, closest thing we get to a twist, and it's like really meh. Like I was watching, I was like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, oh wow, the Hutts are playing both sides.
No way, shocking.
Shocker.
Yeah, and the big reveal at the end, like, oh, the New Republic was working with the Hutts, but it turns out they were reporting everything New Republic said to the Empire behind their backs. I'm like, yeah, no kidding. What a shock. Whoa. Mind blown right now. And that's the thing, like everything that could possibly be a twist is just so fucking predictable, and you see it coming like a mile away. I'm just kind of frustrated by this. And again, like if I'm ranking this as like a Mandalorian season, this is my least favorite season. Because overall, I like the Mandalorian seasons. I definitely think an argument can be made for diminishing returns on the seasons. Although I guess if we're talking diminishing returns, this definitely qualifies because in my opinion, this is worse than season 3. But yeah, like, do I think this is the worst thing ever? No. Would I recommend this? I don't think I would. Maybe like to watch on Disney Plus if you really like the series. And that's the thing. Like I went to this, like people were saying it's like a TV, just like the TV show. And I'm like, The Mandalorian's a pretty high budget TV show. So that's understandable. So I'm okay with maybe seeing a really cool episode of really cool extended episode of The Mandalorian on, for movie budget. Sure. Why not? And yeah, it's not a cool episode at all. Like there are much cooler episodes of the series.
I mean, it was cool to see the Hutt homeworld.
Yeah,
and more of the different homeworlds in the Star Wars canon and universe, but I just give us a fucking Shadows of the Empire movie already.
Fuck yeah, that was a much more memorable. Give us a Shadows of the Empire movie, except don't do the stupid thing where Dash Rendar hits a fucking asteroid at the end of it. You can keep him around because that ending always frustrated the shit out of me.
Yeah,
let's introduce a new character and kill him off real fast, and then he was a good friend. Let's never mention him again.
Hey, but I mean, come on, you can't have two Han Solos.
Well, Yeah, they obviously need to characterize him a little bit differently because when you read the book, he is kind of like just the sub for Han Solo. But you can play with that a bit.
You know what happens when you have too many Han Solos, right?
They all shoot first, and
obviously, but that's not where I was going with it. Obviously, that's not where I was going though.
Oh shit! I totally misread the room.
Yeah, I was gonna say you get Firefly then.
Ooh, yeah. Talk about a TV series that had a much better movie in theaters to follow it up. Holy shit! And kind of the purpose of Serenity was kind of the purpose of like this is supposed to be the movie to wrap up the Mandalorian series, and and you look at Serenity to Firefly, and Serenity it does feel like a wrap up to a lot of the storylines in Firefly. So talk about like a good, like that's a positive, like Serenity and Firefly is a positive example versus this where it's just let's do 3 seasons of a show and then do a movie that kind of is a half-assed version of the stories from that. And I guess a lot of what I've heard is essentially like this was written during the writers' strike and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of stuff like that, and I'm like, it feels like such an excuse. Like there's like, okay, the writer's strike happened and then it ended and you can still like tinker with this after that, right? I'm very underwhelmed by this movie. And again, I'm being very negative. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I don't even think this is the worst Star Wars movie ever. There are worse Star Wars movie.
It's better than the Christmas special.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker, Attack the Clones. But holidays. Well, listen, I've streamed the holiday special. That is terrible, but it's fun to stream with a whole bunch of friends. I will say that.
I will forever remember watching Rise of Skywalker for the first time because I was so frustrated with it that I was like I had like a big headache.
Yeah.
I was physically in pain.
I will say this was better than Rise of Skywalker, which is not saying much, but hey. But yeah. Anything else you guys want to add? Because I'm
No, I'm okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let me go ahead and dig up next week here. Hold on. Yeah, I guess overall, like, I don't know. I overall like The Boys, but kind of an underwhelming week for me.
Yeah. I wasn't really.
Like, I don't think anything was amazing this week. Okay, so next, oh God. Okay, so next week.
The fear in your heart.
Okay, so we got the first Scary Movie, which I remember really enjoying. We got Spider Noir, which I am very excited to check out. Are we gonna watch that in black and white? Are we gonna try that?
I think black and white would be preferable.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards. And then we have our return to the Snyderverse with Deuce Bigelow.
No, it's not the Snyderverse. It's the Schneider.
Oh, Schneider, true.
Schneider.
Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo, which I will say I've never seen before.
You've seen the first one, right? Well, of course you have.
No,
yeah,
I think the only real Rob Schneider movies I had seen before this were the first Deuce Bigelow and Hot Chick. Which I will say I'm interested in revisiting Hot Chick just because of Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Just to see an early movie of hers because, yeah. I'm sure, like, I'll watch it and be like, man, she could do so much better. But yeah, that is the plan for next week. Anything you guys want to add? I cough.
This is a real podcast and you should watch it.
True. True. Guys, there's an audio version of this you can watch on most podcast stations. The video version will be on my main channel until I paywall it, which is probably when the next episode will come out. But it will remain available on Bobby Quarter's channel and on the Organized Chaos podcast channel. You should subscribe to all three and keep track of it.
Everyone on this podcast is so smart, and art is subjective, but our opinions are the best.
Art is subjective, but our opinions are objective.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, true. Our opinions are correct. That's just the truth. But yeah. And if you haven't hit that like button, what are you waiting for? Hit the like button.
Do it.
But yes, I will be live this Saturday with comic books and chuds, the usual. I'm pretty sure the showcast will be live tomorrow. But I will probably be hanging out with these guys, so I won't be on it. But make sure to check out those guys. Anything going on your side, Bobby?
I'm working 6 days next week.
Yeah.
So
Work sucks. I'm just happy to get over Memorial Day. That's a brutal holiday for my department. So
I just have
that shit.
Well, for working in a kitchen and sports bar, I got to get over the basketball finals and then the rest of baseball season, going right into football season.
Yay.
Sports ball. Yay.
Yeah. Hopefully you can get some time off at some point because that just
hopefully, yeah. Luckily, I don't have to squeeze a theater visit in, so like.
Hey. There's no theater stuff this week. Yeah. But week after that, we got the new Master of the Universe, which we will see. The only thing I can guarantee you about that is that I can pretty much guarantee that the 80s movie will have the better Skeletor. There's just no doubt about that.
It'll have the better actor, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, yeah, Frank Langella. It was
because I don't think Frank Langella would ever start like a cult in the desert to or have naughty essay allegations against him.
Yeah. Well,
like another certain
Skeletor actor,
scumbag.
Yeah,
but yeah,
God, just FYI, fuck Jared Leto.
Yeah.
I like the rest. I like the rest of the cast they have for that movie, but
the rest of the cast is solid.
Yeah, but I am excited to check out Spider Noir as well. I think that looks like
no. When Morbius was bad, Chris, he quote went into isolation in the Joshua trees in the desert for self-reflection.
That is true.
But I wouldn't surprise me if he visited an island in his time.
If there's nothing else to add, fuck Jared Leto and party on and be excellent to each other.
Take care.